Yeah, good, Megan. How are you?
Good, thanks. Before we dive into today's topic, after our last conversation, you said you had an obsession with Mad Max, and I went and had a look at the dates that Mad Max was supposed to be set in, and it was everything from like 1983 to 2021. And I suppose it's a good thing that we're not living in a Mad Max dystopia at this stage. We look nothing like the on-screen dystopia.
Yeah, I guess we're lucky. I think it was meant to kind of be technology first and then destroy the entire world, and we all in like an era of destruction. But as it happens, it's not. And maybe that's what the reality is, you know. Sometimes we can predict the future, but we're not really good at it, really. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that sort of thing, I mean, the topic we're leaning in today kind of is the crossroads between artificial intelligence, cryptocurrency, and energy policy. And recently, former President Donald Trump met with top Bitcoin miners to discuss how Bitcoin mining could actually bolster America's energy independence and help the US lead in the AI technology race. So, kind of addressing the kind of climate change energy vibe with Bitcoin mining, which I thought was quite interesting. What are your thoughts on this initially?
It's really interesting. I feel there is this belief that technology will help us to achieve a lot of different benefits for human race. Some of them might be to save the environment. Others feel that technology will destroy the ecosystem we are part of. So there are two different camps there. I, Obviously, being a technologist myself and being an engineer, I'm on the camp that technology can save and help us grow and be more efficient and save the human life. I think if you look at Elon Musk, he's doing similar. Obviously, I'm not of his caliber, or I'm not comparing myself with him, but I would say I'm in his camp of doing more with tech to evolve the human race and to solve a lot of the problems you're currently seeing. I feel the environment is a big one, and it can be solved using technology. We need to bring the right people in, the right sort of mindsets and money into the equation, and then we can do some really clever stuff. Bitcoin and AI both require a lot of computational power, which means more energy, which implies more fossil fuel, which leads to more pollution. But is there a way around this? That's what we need to explore a little further. And that's what's going to be happening in the coming years, I feel.
Yeah, yeah. Now, Bitcoin mining, like you've just said, does use a lot of energy, but there are ideas about using it to support renewable energy and stabilize power grids and that sort of thing. Is this a realistic approach? I mean, fossil fuel, for all its negatives, is still the best bang for your buck as far as you get, energy units per uh, whatever, the I
Kilowatts,
don't even
whatever
know
it
how
might be.
to.
Kilowatts per hour,
Yeah.
whatever it might be. Yes, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So how kind of realistic is it? And could we actually see this kind of move towards more environmental and positive economic effects by combining Bitcoin and renewable energy?
The short answer is yes. And the reason simply is that if you look at the cost of energy production using solar, for instance, the price has kept going down. It has gone down quite a bit, and there is continuous innovation to increase the production of energy and to reduce the cost per unit lower and lower every year. So there might come a time when makes more sense. I think already it makes a lot of sense to have solar energy in offices and homes. And in many British homes, they produce enough energy to give it back to the grid. So you produce enough energy for yourself, and then you have excess, you can sell it back to the grid and help others to run their households. So it does make sense. It's not easy, and I believe that AI has a role to play in this as well. For example, if we were to use AI to optimize energy, there's an opportunity to kind of reduce the consumption of energy in the first place. So finding technology which can finally be more efficient as well. So yes, Bitcoin and crypto takes a lot of energy to compute, to buy and sell, or to just displace currency. But in time, like a company called Iris Energy, IRIS Energy, where they've got 100% renewable energy. There are other people like them who will be emerging, producing clean energy forms and helping us all be more efficient with energy and also be able to produce it for different technology purposes.
Yeah. Now, we're speaking about using the technology and that kind of thing. Expanding Bitcoin mining could create jobs and boost local economies. What kinds of job opportunities might this create? I would imagine kind of in the renewable energy sector. It's probably going to be easier to grow that sector rather than kind of turn everyone into Bitcoin miners.
Well, I believe both. Well, traditionally, well, let's start. Currently, there's a massive blockade or resistance from local with the government in the US, where there is that kind of feeling of Bitcoin and crypto is the evil, and there's been a lot of regulations coming in, even like Coinbase, which is a company which actually follows the rules and actually trying to build new legislation to help the Bitcoin and the crypto moment. Even they're getting a lot of challenges as well. Forget about other people who are in the space who are not America based or are not America first mindset. I think that is a bit of a challenge. But I feel that if we were to have an open mind towards crypto and Bitcoin, it will lead to a lot of jobs, not only in the renewable energy that you're talking about, so people producing renewable energy using solar and wind and water, but also in Bitcoin itself, there is a lot of jobs to be produced. There are technologies to be built which will use Bitcoin as its primary currency. Companies which will produce more Bitcoin miners, for example, there will be reduction in cost of using the energy we use right now. So you need someone to manage that, for example. Every field of Bitcoin mining or crypto mining will require more people, will create more jobs, and it will help boost the economy. On the flip side, if we keep regulating this space, we will end up in a place where the Western world, perhaps the US, will see pushing Bitcoin out of their ecosystem, and then other countries will adopt it, and they'll be growing through this because, believe it or not, one or the other, crypto and Bitcoin leads to using blockchain, and all technologies are going to help us become more efficient with money movement. I think that is that the usage of that technology for smart contracts or for just passing money around faster, cheaper will just help all of us grow. So I think this is something the future only if you adopt it in the right way.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's probably a good place to leave it for this episode. Thank you to everyone watching and listening for joining us. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, please join the conversation by leaving a comment or popping us a DM on social. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the potential of Bitcoin mining to support renewable energy. Do you think this is a realistic approach? And we'd love to know what impacts you foresee. Thanks as always, Raj, for sharing your expertise and your opinions. And until next time, enjoy the afternoon.
Thank you, Megan. Yeah.